Hi everyone, we're back again.
Hi.
And well, obviously it's Angela, Karen. If you haven't seen us before, Angela, Karen, we're still the same. We've
Yes.
still got the same name.
Yes.
So now,
it's confusing that way.
anyway, this time for our podcast perspective, we are going to be talking about performance.
Mm-hmm.
Mine so far has not been great, but anyway. And we're also going to talk about how hypnotherapy can help with this.
Yeah.
And any worries that you've got around performance. It's quite apt really, because we're usually in the throes of some kind of sporting event or competition, or working towards it. As a country, I'm talking, not Karen and myself. I mean, we're really not.
That would clearly be ridiculous.
But as a country, if you think about it, at the moment it's the FIFA World Cup 2026, so we're qualifying. We're trying to qualify at the moment for that. But there's always something going on. It's either Olympics or football or cricket.
Rugby, the list goes on, doesn't it?
Goes on and on and on. So we thought it would be quite apt to talk about that sort of performance, but also performance in other areas of your life. So, should we start with a definition?
Yeah, why
Do you
not?
want to give us a definition?
We like a definition, don't we?
We do like a definition.
So according to Oxford and Collins Dictionary, several ways to define performance, but eventually it's the act of ... something. Yeah. And as Angela said, performance can be any arena. Sport is mainly the one that comes to mind, but certainly I've worked with it with people who've got issues around their performance at work. Is quite common, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
certain things trigger them, or it might just be generally, their actual day-to-day performance. So it's many areas. Sporting, I think, is the most obvious of those, isn't it?
I think when you talk about performance, it's usually sport that people think of straight away.
Absolutely,
isn't it? But like you say, I work as a performance coach, and it mainly involves working with individuals who like to change something, like you said, in their work. As like getting a promotion maybe, or changing their job, those sorts of things, or being able to speak up in meetings.
It's often public speaking or presentations. They strike fear into the heart of many, don't they?
Many people.
And I guess that's more common, isn't it? I guess you're much more likely to maybe have to do something like that than you are to be an international sports person, perhaps, as well. Certainly in the case of me,
I was going to say, yes, I've never been an elite sports person. But I have talked in front of many people.
Yes.
In
whether they liked it or not.
Well, sometimes I've been invited to.
I'm sure you have.
Sometimes about hypnotherapy. I mean, that's one of the things that I definitely have spoken to large groups of people about is hypnotherapy and what it actually means, because people are quite often mystified by it, or they think I'm going to hold a watch out, do this, and then they'll all jump around like chickens and eat onions.
And some of the ideas that people have about what we do are quite cliche.
Yes, very cliche.
Is that diplomatic?
Yes.
But yes, you're right, absolutely. And performance is so many things. It might be your ability to go out and hold court with a group of friends. It's so many ways that we can feel that there is attention on us, there's pressure on us to do something, and that urge or that real strong desire to do it well. Yeah. So improving your performance is quite often something that crops up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. In everyday life, I think, as you say, but also the arts. I mean, anyone that's in the arts, that's a huge thing, because obviously acting is performance.
Absolutely.
Singing is performance. Any kind of work that people might do on television or on stage is performance. And I mean, I've had clients myself who have worked on film, who have worked, in that arena. I know other friends of mine, hypnotherapists, who've worked with people who are in the arts, who are in television, but not necessarily on their performance in television. But performance is a big thing, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, I guess as we say, it's all about wanting to do your best, isn't it? And being able to enjoy the opportunity that you're being given as well.
Yeah.
Because you can be inhibited and lose the pleasure of it through your anxiety about it, can't you?
Of course, yeah. I think that a lot of people have this kind of feeling of imposter syndrome when it comes to performance.
Yes.
We've talked, I think we've already done something.
I think we did one on
imposter
imposter syndrome. Don't ask me which number, but we have done a podcast on that, haven't we?
Yeah, a while ago, and I think that's definitely something that comes up, and self-depreciation, low self-belief, low self-confidence,
and anxiety as well.
And anxiety, you know, they're all linked to how you perform and how you can perform in your day-to-day. I mean, I quite often have clients say, you know, I'm useless. I'm absolutely useless. I can't do anything. And at that point, we rein it in a little bit and say, okay, so can you tell me exactly what you're useless at? And then we sort of get down to the specifics, don't we? You know, have you managed to get dressed today? I don't think you're useless.
You got to your appointment today.
You've got to your appointment today.
You're here having a conversation with me today.
You are able to do these things. So, but I think, and that's one of the things that hypnotherapy is very good at, is helping you to improve or enhance your performance.
And that self-belief. So often we hear those sweeping statements about I can't, I'm not.
Yeah.
And there might be some things that you're struggling with or that you aren't able to do, you don't have that talent, but what we're not doing is seeing all the other things that we can. We're not seeing the totality, or they're not seeing the totality of themselves as a person, as an individual.
Yeah, that's it, They're just focusing on what they are not able to do, aren't they? So how can hypnotherapy help with improving and
very good
enhancing performance?
Question, isn't it? Yeah.
So what do you think?
I mean, I think there are a number of ways. I think one of the most common ones that I use actually is to reframe the scenario.
Yeah. And
it might be reframe something that hasn't gone well in the past, or just paint the picture of them doing their thing, whatever their thing is, their ...
Yeah.
Get them doing it well. Yeah, I think golfers use it quite a lot, don't they? I think it's quite I think hypnotherapy can be used quite well to help golfers with a particular swing or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's certainly one of the ones that I would use a lot. I think it can also be things like confidence. You know, if you work on someone's confidence and their self-belief, then I think it's quite likely, you know, that we are often our own worst enemy in these situations, aren't we? Self-limiting. Yeah. So I think there are those two. What about you?
I think probably one of the main things that I would work on with somebody is for them to begin to be able to relax more in completely. Yeah. So working on relaxation, you can do that through breath work. You can do that through listening to hypnosis audio recordings. You can take a walk in nature without using any kind of technology. Yes. So, you know, put that phone away. Just go out, you know, even if you're used to putting your earbuds in, and just don't do that. Just have a walk, just notice what's around you, notice things that can help you relax, and doing stretching exercises, those sorts of things. So when you're more relaxed, you're more able then to focus on what you can do, to actually put whatever it is you're trying to do in perspective. Particularly if it's talking in front of a lot of people. Yeah. I think if you're more relaxed around that, and also if you learn to, you were talking earlier about reframing the whole situation, but if you try and reframe your thoughts around what the feelings are, the actual physical feelings that you're having, because the feelings that you get from anxiety and the feelings that you get from adrenaline are essentially the same. You know, you may get these butterflies in your stomach, you start to tingle, you might sweat a little bit, and things like that. All of that is our body's reaction to something, and that can either be excitement or it can be nervousness.
In fact, I often ask myself that question. When you get that feeling in your stomach, I go, am I excited or am I anxious?
Yes.
And just that pause is really effective, because I think it can go either way, can't it? But I'm steering towards excitement rather than taking an anxiety route.
Exactly.
But the symptoms are very similar, you're right.
They are very similar. So if you can turn it around and say, actually, I'm excited, suddenly it doesn't seem so daunting. What you're doing doesn't seem so daunting. And you can maybe get a lot more fun out of it and just enjoy that a little bit more. So that's one of the things I think is really good.
In fact, as a solution-focused hypnotherapy, I talk about an intellectual brain and a primitive brain, and that actually works quite well here because the excitement is an intellectual response to the feelings.
Yes.
Whereas the anxiety is that primitive, very basic, very emotional, sort of fundamental response. So quite interesting choice that you're making there as well, actually. We talk slightly differently in terms, don't we?
We do talk, but it's essentially it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's more the explanation, isn't it, around it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, definitely. Because if you are constantly telling yourself something over and over again, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, you're more likely to not be able to do it because
your brain's listening, isn't it? Yeah.
Your brain is listening and it's believing. Whereas if you're telling yourself, I can do this, or this is easy, or this will be fun.
I've done it before,
or this will be, enjoyable.
What a challenge! How lucky am I to have this opportunity?
Yeah. I think it really does help with that. And like you say, it's the different parts of the brains that you need to be working with in order to help you feel better about that performance. Yeah. And you're absolutely right. Sports people do this all the time. They do. I went to a conference once, and there was a chap there who'd worked with tennis players, he'd worked with cricketers, he'd worked with footballers, and he was there telling us about them and how he'd worked with them. And that's you can see little things that those sports people do in order to get themselves back on track and reframe around their performance, because otherwise it would be so easy. You bowl a bad ball in cricket,
your career's over,
and you feel like your career's over. You don't bowl a good ball after that, because every time you're bowling you think, I can't do this, and you don't do it. So it's reframing that.
I think it's really a really important point, actually, isn't it, that we've probably just wandered into. As we wander. But it's the power of your own mind, isn't it, and what you can make become a reality. Yeah. By the way that you think.
Yes.
And it's a huge part in so much of what we do, really, isn't it? That turning it around to a positive, turning it around to an opportunity, rather than talking yourself out of every opportunity that comes your way. It's the way we respond, isn't it, to direct or outward and indeed indirect suggestion.
It is, yeah, absolutely. And you're totally right when you were saying earlier about golfers. They will visualise themselves having a hole in one, hitting a hole in one. I don't know, putting? I don't know. You don't putt a hole in one. You have to get there first. But
hitting the ball and making it go in the hole.
That's right.
With one go.
With one go, that's absolutely right. Or footballers scoring a goal. Yeah. Same thing.
Penalties. So, what must the pressure be?
Huge.
To take penalties, and yet look how well the England ladies did recently.
They did.
It's just incredible. They're nerves of steel, haven't they? And that's a really interesting camp to be around, actually, in terms of positive thinking and energy and all of those things. They're probably a great example.
They definitely
of the power of the brain.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and it is that. It is working with, because our brains are so powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
I think so.
In fact, talking about sports person, when I was doing my training as a hypnotherapist, one of the speakers we had on the weekend where we learned about using hypnotherapy performance was a former world boxing super middleweight world champion, Glenn Catley. I've got a picture of me sparring with him somewhere. He wanted someone to get up and do you know what? Surprise, he picked me. How does this happen to me?
You said yes, please.
No, he said, what about you? Oh, okay. So I have actually got
the nerves around performance.
I didn't have a lot of time to think about it, really. But he really credits hypnotherapy for helping him to make him a world champion. He said, I was a good boxer. He says, I was a good boxer, but I did miss something to give me the end. And he actually credits hypnotherapy. He actually saw the guy that's the founder of the training school, the branch of hypnotherapy that I do, and just worked with him constantly doing reframes and how he would respond to certain actions from his opposition and all of those things, and absolutely so vocal in his use of hypnotherapy and how successful it really made the difference for him in his opinion. So yes, that's a great example. Yeah. So there's a picture of me in a dress sparring with Glenn Catley somewhere. If I can find it, I'll
Upload it.
Maybe.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, just a little bit of first-hand knowledge, actually talking to someone and how they'd use it in that situation.
Yeah.
So that was, I guess, the kind of visualisation technique that he was using, or we would call it a reframe, wouldn't we, in our jargon.
Or positive visualisation. I mean, I use that term quite a lot as well. There is reframing it and using positive visualisation at the same time. So, which is helpful for everybody that is a visual person.
Yes.
But obviously there are people that find it. It's probably a minority, but there are people that find visualisation quite difficult. But the thing that you can do in that sense then is find out which other sense they use the most. You know, it might be that they are audio, so you can talk through it and you can get that. So you just use different techniques, but the same fundamental idea is going through all that. That's what you would use. So, and I think it's the same for any kind of performance. It does. You know, we have gone down the sort of sports route more than anything. But
because
actually,
we're both very athletic. No, it's the most.
I do yoga.
When we say, but do you do it well? I'm sure you do.
Do it to relax.
When we talk about performance, it is the thing that people think of. But and we made that clear up front, didn't we? That it tends to be seen in a sports context, but it can be used in other ways.
It can. And I can. Another example that I can give you of that is somebody that I worked with very recently around passing their driving test.
Okay. Yes.
And so that was around their performance on the day of that, and they emailed me that day and said, "You'll be so pleased to know."
And I bet you were so pleased to know.
I was very happy.
It's lovely, isn't it? When you hear these sorts of things.
Yeah, it was lovely. So there's all sorts of performance. So, you know, that's one, I think, an exam, any kind of exam.
Yeah, absolutely. Exams
as well.
is a great example, actually. I mean, I can remember myself being a school child and finding them so stressful.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, when you've had that experience, and you do tend to carry it on into, you know, studying that you might do later on in your career or any of those things. So, the struggle is real.
It is real. Yeah, it is real.
Yeah.
And it can happen to anyone. You know, I mean, a lot of people. I'm reading a book at the moment, which it's quite a fascinating book, and it's called "Comply with Me," I think it's called, but it's around the way Donald Trump is able to bring people into his way of thinking.
Okay.
And one of the things within the book is a suggestion that he has had training in that, to be able to do this, and training in some of the techniques that we would use in,
that's interesting.
In hypnotherapy. It's quite a fascinating read. Take from it what you will. Absolutely. But it is by a hypnotherapist, so who's written the book. So yeah, it's very interesting. So I think there are a lot of people that you may not know about that have actually used hypnotherapy, or even trained in hypnotherapy. I think there's a slight something about one of the Green Party members at the moment. There was a bit of a nod in the newspaper this week that he's repeatedly apologised for, in terms of what it had said that he had been doing in his hypnotherapy practice.
Oh, I do recall that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, not good for the hypnotherapy world. So just sort of put out there that is not the sort of thing that most hypnotherapists would be doing. So it's it's a very, very useful and helpful therapy to use.
And I think once we get the opportunity to, at that first meeting, explain it to people, and those sorts of misthoughts are very easily dispelled, aren't they?
They are.
And people do come in with some strange ideas, about what it is we do or what we can do.
Yeah.
I'm quite often asked, particularly maybe if I'm more of a socialist, that can you make? A, no, I can't. B, why would I want to? You know?
The one I get is, can you read my mind? I get that a lot. And gosh, how rich would I be if I could? marvellous. But no,
yeah,
I
to
can't.
blackmail people with their evil thoughts.
To be honest, I wouldn't want to read people's minds.
No, again, it's another
Definitely
thing.
not.
Why would you want to?
Film? Didn't Mel Gibson do something?
Oh, there was a
about
film,
that?
wasn't there, where somebody could read people's minds.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a good gift to have at all.
No.
But it's a good examples of the misconceptions that people have.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It's just a healthy and helpful tool for people, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Teach them to do things in a different way.
And I think for every one person that says it hasn't helped them, there's probably 500 that say it has.
Mm. I mean, it's becoming more and more, can we say mainstream? Is that a good way to put it? I mean, it's just more and more acceptable, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It will come, you know, in the end, I've no doubt about that.
Yeah. Doesn't suit everyone, but suits a lot.
Absolutely.
That's what I would say.
Yes.
And the age-old, remember, even if you don't have hypnotherapy to help you when you're talking in front of a lot of people, it's just made you think about them all without any clothes on.
Yes.
That always makes me laugh. You can make up anything you like then, can't
Well, that's
you?
it. You can pick your own sort of horror story or leveller. I think of it as a leveller.
The leveller. Yeah. Or imagine everybody in cartoon character suits.
Or on the toilet. Can't remember how someone told me that. No, I don't know. I'm sure someone told me that. I think that might have been advice I was given. Yeah. Suddenly distracted me from the thought of having to do the presentation.
Well, there is that. It takes the focus elsewhere, doesn't it?
It does.
That's what it does.
Yeah. It sends your brain in a slightly different direction, doesn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, really powerful. Can change the way you think and feel about the thing, the ... thing that you're going to do. And as I say, sports might be the most obvious thing that comes to people's mind, but certainly in my client base, I would say it's work-related issues is probably the most common thing.
Yeah,
the most common reason that
me.
I've had to sort of work in that area. Yeah.
So marvellous.
So there you go. Performance.
That's our take on performance and a few other things.
And absolutely. We may have gone off topic once or twice.
Yeah. But then we do that quite a lot. So that's
not unheard of, isn't it?
It's perfectly fine.
So we've got the traditional ending, of course, as well.
We have the traditional ending.
So I'm going to say to you, Angela, what's been good since I saw you last? Couple of weeks, is it? Or 10 days? What's been good?
Yeah, it must be 10 days.
Yeah.
What's been good? Well, 10 days ago.
You saw me. Oh no, sorry, is there something else? Yeah, go on.
I was lucky enough to be invited by a friend of mine to go out to the very first group.
St Neots Soul Club.
St Neots Soul Club.
Yeah, that was amazing, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic afternoon.
Yeah.
It really was lovely.
Yeah.
It suits me right down to the ground.
Absolutely.
Because it's afternoon, early evening, and it was just perfect. Had the best time. So that was lovely.
Yes.
Really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
Facebook page, Sunday afternoons and Thursday evenings once a month, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a membership you can join as a member, which I was also encouraged to do, which I did.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the next one. That's
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
a great afternoon. Actually,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I loved it all. Yeah.
So that was really good.
Okay, what else?
Last weekend I went to Lord's, home of cricket, which is probably why I'm making lots of cricket references, because I love cricket. Not playing, obviously, watching. And I've been to Lord's many times to watch the cricket, but this was a birthday present for me last year from my wonderful husband. And it was a players' dining room experience. So we got to do a tour of lots of Lords and places that you don't usually get to go to. I went into the TMS, which is the radio test match special box, commentary box, which was amazing.
You're sounding excited. Tell
me
about it.
Exactly. Such a brilliant time. So I went there, went with my sister. We had a fabulous day. So that was really good. And then after that, so it was all sort of in one weekend, we went to visit a friend of mine who is now working at part of Battersea Power Station, and I haven't been there since they've done it up, and the architecture of it that they've built into all the shops and everything else, the restaurants and everything that's in there, or sorry, the architecture that they've left
Yes.
in there, is what I should say. And what they've done with the place is absolutely amazing. And I really enjoyed it, sort of walking around my head up most of the time. Luckily I didn't bump into many people.
Yes.
You see, so many. Because I wasn't there for the shops. In fact, I think we went into one cafe so that the three of us could have a cup of tea and a catch up. Didn't go into any of the shops. I was just wandering around looking at everything. It was absolutely fabulous.
It does sound amazing.
So, that was amazing.
Yeah.
So, Karen.
Oh, you haven't given me 3, you've only given me 2.
Oh,
I
okay.
want at least 3 was been good.
I thought
really.
Lords and Battersea were 2.
And
you're
feeling,
lumping them in together.
I feel I'm quite generous really letting you have them as separate ones because they weren't all the same trip, weren't they? They were within a matter of hours. You were overwhelmed with loveliness on one day.
I was,
you?
yeah.
So.
I was overwhelmed with loveliness. That's a really good way of putting it. The other thing that's been good, well, this week, the other thing that's been good is that I did lots of gardening a couple of days ago, which was fantastic. So I'm sort of doing that autumnal clear, which I love doing, cutting back and making everything look.
Filling up your green bin.
Filling up my green bin. It's full to the brim already and it's not due out till next week. So I'm hoping that's going to mulch down a little bit so I can get a bit more in.
Yeah.
But I love my garden, as you know. So
it's one of those things that's really good for our heads, isn't it? As well, spending time. I'm a bit embarrassed we're talking about gardens. You've just walked through mine. You see, I need to do the same thing here, don't you?
That's the joy, though, isn't it? That is the joy. It's still,
I love it when I do it.
Flowers out.
I have, not everything is ready to be cut
to
back.
Be chopped down.
No, but it does need some attention. They all sound amazing. They sound lovely,
very
lovely.
Very lucky to have lovely experiences.
I expect you deserved it.
Thank you. So, Karen, over to you. What are you
doing? So what have I been up to? Oh, well, it was my birthday last week and I decided to spoil myself. So I've done some lovely things. I went to see Coldplay on Thursday night at Wembley.
And how was that?
It was just an amazing concert. They're doing 10 nights in London plus the whole date, so I'm sure people listening might well have been and seen them themselves. But just an amazing experience of the energy and the sheer size and scale of it was just incredible. How you go and don't jump up and down like an idiot and shout at the top of your... I don't know how you would be able to do that.
Are they still using that platform where they generate energy through
Yes,
the crowd?
so they do this beforehand. They have trampolines where people... and they play jump around on House of Pain. And it's just, I think there's 3 or 4 dotted around and people are literally jumping on that, generating energy for the next one. And they also have bikes that do the same thing.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So that's a really great idea, isn't it? But yeah, we did the whole thing, the moon goggles and the wristbands and everything. It was really great. I loved it all. And we were very lucky as well coming home on the tube as well. We did leave just a few minutes early and we managed to get to the tube station. We took a wrong turn, which worked out beautifully because we didn't end up queuing on Olympic Way. Yeah. And we got to the station sort of as everyone else was queuing coming in the side gate and managed to get straight on the train. So we were quite lucky. That worked out really well for us as well because it can just be a bit grim, can't it, afterwards? Yeah, it can. But anyway, it didn't happen to us, so that was lovely. So that was fabulous. Really happy that I did that. It's not, I sound really a soul girl, but everybody knows their songs, don't they? Just as the effort and the energy and the experience is incredible. So I loved it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So what else?
Okay, so that was Thursday night, and then I went to the seaside at the weekend with a couple of my friends that aren't you.
You had other friends?
No. Go figure. So we had a really lovely weekend in an Airbnb at Lowestoft. And it was the last time. I don't think I've ever been to Lowestoft before. It's slightly quaint, being regenerated. Yeah. We just found some nice food to eat and did some really lovely walks. And we just sat and people watched. And it was just really nice couple of days. We had to get back on the Sunday. I was home because of the cat. Yes. Julian had people coming in to visit him. So, but enough. People work on Monday, when you've had a nice time and then you have to come home, don't you, and get unpacked. So that was lovely as well. Yeah, I felt quite lucky actually with the little treats I had for my birthday. So that was good. And
one more?
Oh, you're making me do 3.
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try and think of something I've done since the weekend then. What have I done since the weekend? It's Thursday afternoon, isn't it? What have I done? My mind has gone blank.
I know what you've done.
Oh,
you told me.
Can we say it on here? What have I done?
You've been walking more.
Oh, yes, I have.
And you did tell me earlier that was something you were really pleased
Yes,
about.
it was a little sort of target I've been setting myself because I have a problem with one of my feet, which is beginning to affect my mobility, but I've managed to find some really great trainers, and so I'm really hopeful that I'll be able to build that up again. So I have managed to do some walking again every day this week. So I am actually, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Your mind goes blank. Because I'm really happy about that actually. I mean, we talk often, don't we, about the benefits of just a walk and being out in nature, and I've missed it.
Yeah.
So I am very happy about that too. There you go. Thank you for the prompt.
That's my
You're
praise.
most welcome. Be kind to me. What's my birthday?
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
So I think that's us done.
Yeah, I think so. I have no idea what we're going to talk about next.
Well, we've been
Got some
toying with
ideas.
the
I say no
haven't
idea.
so
We haven't decided. Is the
no,
answer, isn't it? It's
but we
more
have got
accurate.
some good ideas, and I think they're going to be fabulous. So I think,
Yes.
yeah,
I'm quite excited actually about some of the things that we've been thinking about. So maybe we'll just have a quick meeting, flesh that out a little bit more, and I think be ready to go again, won't we? Maybe in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Brilliant. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for
thanks
watching
again.
and listening. Brilliant.
Thanks. Bye bye.
See you soon.